You're in the Huddle. I'm McHenryCountySports.com's Lester Johnson, here with Northwest Herald sports writer Meghan Montemurro, and we are here to look at the Class 3A girls basketball playoffs. One thing that we've kind of been looking at is most of our teams are at Richmond, at the Richmond Regional, and Marion Central got the 1 seed there with Richmond Burton getting the 2 seed. How do you kind of think things might shake out in there out of those teams, and do you have anybody that you think, maybe fans should watch out for a little bit that could be capable of an upset or maybe going a little further than we might expect?
I think, as it's written on paper, I think you have to look at Marion Central and Richmond Burton being the favorites to come out of the regional. They're the top seeds. Both of them have, go-to scorers. With Marion Central, you have Sarah Benigni, who is versatile, can score from anywhere on the floor, and on the inside they have Hannah Davis, so it's a good combination there. And with Richmond Burton, they have Hannah Koenig, who's, really been one of their top scorers consistently throughout the season. So I think both of them are dangerous. I do think when you look at the other teams, I feel like Johnsburg could be a sleeper team. They've been able to put some things together in the last couple weeks. They have a dangerous combination on the inside between Josiah Johns, a sophomore forward, and Trace Chase, a junior forward, who have been really good for them. And then on the outside, one of the best three-point shooters in the area, and Kayla Toussaint. So I think they could surprise some teams if they're not careful, and if some teams overlook them, they could be dangerous. But I think Marion, can come out on top.
It looks like Johnsburg, they'll match up against Marengo, which is a very winnable game for them, and then they would get Richmond at Richmond, which I agree is definitely a very winnable game for them. Then they would get Marion, and that's where you would think, at least on paper, that's where Marion comes through there. And the big thing for Marion after that is once they get to a sectional, they would be facing Rockford Lutheran more than likely as the 1 seed, possibly the 2 seed in Freeport. We were looking at some scores and kind of looking at Freeport, and they don't look all that dangerous to us with a lot of the games that they've lost. So it kind of looks like that probably going to be Rockford Lutheran in there, and that's where they'll start to really meet some tough competition. We've got Harvard that's going to open up against Genoa Kingston, and they're in Freeport, but then they would get Rockford Lutheran, so they're probably going to have a fairly quick exit. Hampshire's going to play Aurora Central Catholic, which is could easily be a win, but then they're going to run into Burlington, which we think could very well be a state team. So it's going to be some quick exits, no doubt, in girls basketball this season. Well, that's a quick look at the girls basketball playoffs this season. Until next time, you are out of the Huddle.